going on, guys? This is Marcus. You know me as the Nomad Thrifter. I'm a full-time reseller. I sell on Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay. And you know what would be a cool intro? You remember Hulk Hogan? Is he still around? I don't watch wrestling. I used to love it when I was like a little boy. But then whenever they said it was fake, it kind of like took the sparkle away. But Hulk Hogan was like, "Hey, what's going on, brother?" Does that sound like him? Maybe it doesn't sound like him. "What's going on, brother?" Okay, maybe forget it. Let's reverse time. But welcome, guys. Today's gonna be a what sold on Poshmark video. I'm gonna also tell you a story. Actually, it's a bad transaction on another seller's part that I was purchasing some products on Poshmark. So I'm gonna talk about that. And then I found some, I don't know if you want to call them, but let's just call them reseller. What can we call them? Reseller fails? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Reseller fails. So, guys, sit back, relax. If you like these type of videos, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Definitely helps out the channel. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. So first off, let's go with a story. It's kind of a bummer story. McDonald's, McCafe. I'm not sponsored. Actually, I got this a few hours ago. I haven't had McDonald's in a while. I somewhat like McDonald's. I was like literally in line, no lie, for like 30 minutes trying to get the where are they at? The two burrito combo meal, and I get it, and they were like barely even warm, but I still like them, so I don't know. But their coffee is actually pretty good. Could I model for McDonald's? No, probably not. All right, so let me tell you a story that recently happened. I was going to go ahead and put up some screenshots of it, but I figure I wasn't this seller, but they're a seller on Poshmark, but they're more or less just a person trying to get rid of stuff out of their closet. That's what it seems like. So the long story short is this person had some items that I purchased. And the nice thing about Poshmark is you can bundle. A lot of times if you bundle more than 3 items, you can set up a discount, which the person had. And then also, when you do the bundling, you don't have to pay shipping for each item like you would, like, let's say, on eBay or Mercari or some of the other platforms. So it's nice. It's more bang for the buck. So instead of paying, just that shipping per item, it's just up to, is it up to 5 pounds? I changed. I think it's 5 pounds. So I went ahead and purchased it, and the big reason was it was a brand new pair of golf shoes, excuse me, and a few other items, smaller items. Well, the person ends up canceling the order, and the explanation was they couldn't find a pair of jeans. The jeans were a brand new pair of Joe jeans, which are pretty pricey jeans. So it wasn't a big deal. They put back the stuff that they had. And I went ahead and purchased those. Then I get another message from the person, "Oh, I'm going to have to cancel this order too. I'm sorry, I can't find the shoes." Well, yes, you're probably like, "Hey, Marcus, you know what? You got burned once. You know what? It's kind of my fault." And yeah, I agree, it is my fault. I was giving the person the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I get it. There's a person trying to clear out their closet and had a few items, and they canceled. It's fine. It happens. Their explanation, it made sense, right? So they cancel. So then they write me saying that they're going to cancel the second order. They never canceled the second order. So this morning I go and I go to message a person. I couldn't. They blocked me. Just out of nowhere. No confrontation, nothing like that. They just blocked me. So, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it kind of makes me a little bit mad, because why would you do something like that? You know what? You're in the wrong. You owned up to it the first time. You know what? And you owned up to it the second time. Just take it as it is. But cancel the order, so I had to like send a message over to Poshmark. So this will probably take a couple days. And today is literally the day after Christmas. So with that being said, I hope you got some good gifts. I'm going to grab all the stuff that I got as gifts, and I'm going to resell it. No. Yeah. No. Actually, there's a few things I might. But yeah, that really kind of bummed me out. So, I'm glad that that's not like a legit seller, one that has, thousands of items and is doing it as a part-time or full-time job, because that would be the pinnacle of terrible customer service. So again, I'm not going to put them on blast. I'm not going to show you the screenshots. Again, because, they're just a person who just clears out their closet, and that's most of these platforms. That's what a majority of your sellers are, just people trying to get, rid of stuff. And that's really what the platforms were kind of designed for in the beginning. So that's my story. If you've had a story like that, let me know down below. So yeah, it kind of bummed me out, not getting the items. But I think I was more disappointed by the way that they handled it at the end of blocking me and not canceling the last order. So, am I red? Do you see fire coming from me? It's like that Japan anime, those anime cartoons where like their bodies burst up in flames with all that, I don't even know what you call it, the power juice. I got the power juice. I don't know. So that's my story. So, next up, I am going to show a few... what did I call them? Reseller fails? Yeah, okay. I'm going to show you some of them. They're just kind of meant to be a little bit funny. We'll just talk about a few of them. It's all lighthearted stuff, no biggie. And then again, lastly, I'll go over some of the stuff that sold on Poshmark. I hope you like this. Should be fun. First time I'm doing it. I don't know. If you guys like it, let me know. If you do enjoy it, then I might start adding a couple of these to the other videos or new videos. If you don't like it, say, hey Marcus, these suck, quit making them, and I might. Or, what's even better? Hitting that subscribe button. That little button down there that says subscribe? Just move your fingers up there and just tap it for me. Alright guys, so the first one, I think it's kind of funny because if you are a seller, you can relate to this. I found this, again, none of these are mine. These are just things I found online that I'm showing you. And of course, none of them are verified or just screenshots. So this first thing I thought was kind of funny because I've been in this situation before. I'm sure you guys have been in these situations before where you get somebody who makes offers, right? And they're making offers and you're going back and forth, and they're going up by just a little amount. Excuse me. And as you can see by this picture, the person originally offered $15 for this thing. The seller counters with 24. Then they're going back and forth as you can see, but they're going by just a small amount. And God, how annoying is that? But the most annoying part is the fact that once they reach, an agreement, you get that error. Sorry, we're unable to process your payment. And I've gotten these before too. If you have, let me know down below. But I've gotten them actually, in my years, I've gotten these quite a few times. And they are a little bit annoying, because you're going back and forth. It's kind of a waste of your time. And a lot of times that this happens, or at least for me, they're items that I want to get rid of. So I'm trying to meet the person halfway, but it just gets to the point where it's just a hassle. And this is definitely a good example of it. Okay, so then the next one is, and I know that people are always talking about lowballing. You have a lot of content creators who are like, you know what? You can't let your emotions get to you. You'll learn, to just let it go. Well, I want to call BS on that one because I think any content creator, I think any seller, whether you just do it, on the side, if it's part-time, if it's full-time, lowball offers, for some weird reason, they do get under your skin. And if somebody says they don't, well, then I'm calling BS. I'm gonna say that they're probably lying about it. Um, because I don't know, like, even with me to this day, I don't go. I kind of like the stories that you hear about people basically confronting the lowballer. I don't, and I suggest that you don't, just because you don't want to go back and forth. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. People can be crazy, and it's a good way to get your profile suspended or deleted by whatever platform you're on for just for breaking the peace here. But I did find that this screenshot to be super funny. So you'll see that this person, they did a bundle, and they did an offer of $18. So the price of the bundle would have been $48. The person did $18. So it's not even half, right? So it's a legitimate lowball offer. And then the seller writes, "You're an ambassador sending lowball offers like this. Seriously?" And I think it's a legitimate answer. And in reality, I don't think like something like that's going to get you in trouble. But yeah, they do make a good point. And maybe they're testing the water. Sometimes that you'll see people will start really low, and it could start as a lowball offer. And quite frankly, I've had that happen before. I've had items I've listed as firm, and they'll send me a lowball offer. I'll just right away reject it, and then they'll either not buy it, or two, they'll buy it, or three, they'll counter something else that's maybe more within range, 10-15%. So it is kind of a good example. If you do get a lowball offer, at least counter once or twice, because again, a lot of times people are just kind of testing those waters. Okay, but yeah, this was a legitimate question. Hey, you know what? You're a seller. You don't like lowball offers. I know that. Why would you send me a lowball offer? So. All right, this one, they have listed as crazy person, LOL. This one's kind of funny. So it says, this is a buyer saying, "Hi, I was wondering if your iPhone 6 Plus was still available." Seller, "Yes, it's still available." Buyer, "I saw your price was at 200. Would you be able to go lower?" Buyer, "I'm pretty firm at 200, but what would your offer be?" You get $30. We're not even talking about clothes. We're talking about $30. Buyer responds, "Seriously?" Or the seller, "Seriously?" Buyer's like, "Please, my phone just broke. All I have is 30. Please, my son has work and can't contact me without a phone. Please do 30, please, sir." Buyer, "I'm sorry, I can't do that. Hope you find someone, though." Buyer, I scratched out this, but it's a cuss word. "You burden, fill in the blank. You rich son of a, fill in the blank. People like you don't deserve iPhones. You will be in blank." So obviously, yeah, this is pretty much a crazy person. Doesn't make any sense. I hate when people do that whole appeal to pity or whatever that fallacy, is. Where they just make you feel bad about a situation that they're probably not in. But most of those, I get them quite a bit, and I'm not going to lie, in the beginning, I kind of fell for them. And now with now that I've become wise and experienced and all this, yeah, I don't give in to those little pity dealings, because I don't know you, and and I don't want to sound like a terrible person, but for some reason we're gonna put their life story like that. I don't know. It's weird. Do you give into that? Do you appeal to the pity? Do you feel bad for people who put like the sadness out there? Let me know below. This one kind of reminds me of a transaction that I had. I'll explain it. So this looks like it's a table and chairs for $135. It looks pretty nice. I mean, I think $135 is probably pretty reasonable for it. The buyer says, would you take $90? The seller says, yes, 90 is fine. And then the buyer comes back, says, would you do 70? And then the person's like, I can do 100, because he's offended. He's offended by it. You know, they asked if you take 90, and they said, yeah, they'd take 90, and now they're trying to go lower. And it reminds me of a situation that I actually had. I had a person have me hold a pair of Vans. This was actually on Mercari. So they messaged me and they asked me if I could hold a pair of, they were Vans, right? Or Combra. I'm pretty sure they were Vans. Asked me if I could hold them for a couple days. Normally I don't, just because 9 times out of 10 are, maybe 1 in a million people who do that. I'm over exaggerating. But most of the time, you'll never hear from those people again. It's very rare. I know from experience, I've had other people say the same thing, that they don't hold items for people. So I did hold this for the specific person. A couple days later, they messaged me saying, they're ready to buy, but they're like, you know what, those shoes, they look a little bit worn, a little bit beat up. What's the lowest you will go? And I just responded with, you asked me to hold these, I held them. I have another buyer, or actually I had a couple other buyers interested, and I basically said, it's either you let me know within a couple hours or I'm going to sell them to someone else. And they bought them. Unfortunately, they got it and they gave me a bad review. It was one of those things, shame on me. Again, shame on me. I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen. I think they felt obligated because they had me hold the item, and then when they tried to get it for a cheaper price, you could tell, I was nice about it, but you could tell that, I was a little bit irked, because I did this for you, kind of thing. So that was kind of a bummer. So don't hold items for people, and that's just one of those lessons that you learn as you go by. All right, what do we got next? I thought this was super funny. So this person was getting rid of a free armchair. I can't really tell by the picture what kind of condition it is. I mean, it's probably fair. Normally stuff that's free, I mean, they're not flawless. So this buyer, or you can't say buyer, but the person who's wanting the chair, there's another guy offering an armchair and a coffee table for free on here. Do you have anything you could sweeten the pot with to make it worth my while? Thanks, Jim. And then the person get rid of it. I can knock half off the asking price. I would be so flamed if I have something for free for somebody just to pick up. You know what? It's out there. If you want it, great. And then somebody to have the nerve to say, hey, there's some other free stuff and they're giving this. What can you give me? You're getting something for free. That just burns me. Oh my gosh. Have you ever had something happen like that? I mean, I'm sure there's crazy stories out there. All right, guys. So that's enough with that. Again, people who watch my videos, I've never done anything like that. If you like those, let me know. I can do, videos in the future to incorporate those. I just thought they were kind of funny. But let's go ahead and jump into what's sold on Poshmark, and we'll wrap up the video after that. Watch my other videos, and you haven't subscribed, and you better subscribe now. I'm watching you. Just joking. All right, so let's go ahead and start off here, guys. The first item that I have here is a pair of True Religion Hannibal leather sneakers. True Religion, years ago, I liked reselling the brand, and it is a premium brand. For example, their jeans are like $200-300, for a pair of jeans. The nice thing about being a reseller is you get opportunities to wear brands and clothes that you normally just would not wear. So I've worn True Religion, and I think it was just overhyped. I don't think it was worth the quality. Like, let's say another brand what's another brand that would be on the Rock Revival? Rock Revival, it's more of a premium denim brand, and I would say that they're probably worth the price, because they're thick and there's a lot to them. True Religion, I just never found those to be worth the money. But they went for a lot back then. Now they really don't go for much. If you list a pair of not Rock Revival, True Religion jeans, you might get 30 if you're lucky. A couple of years ago you get 100, 150. But these I found these shoes, they were a little bit unique. I didn't know that True Religion even made shoes. Maybe they don't anymore. And actually, I don't even know if True Religion is even an active brand anymore. I think they are, but I could be wrong. But I paid $5 for them at the Goodwill. I posted them on Poshmark for $55. I net $44 after the $5 that I paid. I netted $39. So $39 for a $5 pair of shoes, not too shabby. Next one was a bust. It was a pair of Pumas. I like these. I thought they were super nice. The bad thing about shoes that are all black is even with a great, a good camera and good lighting, it's hard to get the detail on black shoes. And with these, I sold them for $19 after fees, $15, $20. I paid $8 at the Goodwill for these. And quite frankly, I think that they were worth the $8. They look brand new. I netted $7.20 on these. So these were a bust. But again, keep that in mind when you're looking at stuff. Sometimes the colorway can affect the price. So that one was not a good one. Next up, there's a pair of Footjoy FJ Originals golf shoes. Super nice condition. Footjoy, it's a popular golf shoe. I mean, it doesn't go for top dollar like your Adidas's or your Under Armour or your Nike golf shoes or even your Callaways. But it's a good brand, good quality. Again, you don't get a lot for them. I bought these for $4 at the Goodwill. I listed them for $35 after fees. It was $28, so I net $24, which is about right for a pair of Footjoys that are in good condition. So if you see them out in the wild, pick them up if they're cheap, but never pay up on them. Next is a pair of Sperry Saltwater duck boots. Sperry is a brand I talk about. I love Sperry's because I wear Sperry's. I wear probably a majority of the shoes I wear year round are Sperry's. So I kind of have the heart to buy them every time I see them. I don't know why, because I always get burned, but it's a fault of mine. I don't know. I mean, do you guys have a brand that you always buy that doesn't sell for a lot, but just for some weird reason you just feel compelled to pick it up? Let me know down below. But some of the Sperry shoes you can make a pretty good profit. These were one of them. I paid $10 for these at the Salvation Army. Listed them up for $55. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So I listed them for $55. I paid $10 after fees $44. So I netted $34 on these. That's not too bad for a $10 investment. Next, we've got a pair of Van sneakers. Again, I like Vans. I like Converse. I guarantee you, if you walk outside and you look at people's feet, you're going to see quite a few people wearing Vans and Converse. I don't think it's a brand that ever really died down, but for some reason now they just become super, super popular. Most of their stuff doesn't go for a lot, but you can sell, like these I put them up for $45. Normally Vans, just your plain Jane Vans, you're probably looking at about $30 to $35. So I was happy with these. They were in really good condition. They were leather. They were leather as well. So I paid $5 at St. Vincent de Paul, listed them for $45, after fees $36, so I netted $31. Not too bad. Next is, I don't know how to pronounce this, and the only reason that I purchased these was because it looked funky. It was a crazy design, and anytime I see something that's a crazy design or more or less ugly, I pick it up because those are the things that normally sell, for the most money for, whatever reason. I think it's a uniqueness. People like to be unique. I don't even know if this is a name brand. Jador La Armor. I probably didn't even say that right. So I paid $2 for this sweater, Salvation Army. I listed it for $38, after fees $30, $40. I netted $28.40. Not too bad for a $2 investment. Next, we have a pair of Nike Renzo 2. I don't know if these are actually a skate shoe. I think they're a basketball shoe. I paid $5 at the Goodwill for them. Listed them up for $45, after fees $36, so I net $31. Next, this was a good find for me. The North Face. Anytime that you see the North Face nowadays in a thrift store, they're marked up. Even if they're in bad condition. Unfortunately, I know Goodwill is the worst at it. I don't know. You guys let me know down below in the comments. I noticed the past couple of months that at the thrift stores around me, and I'm in the St. Louis area, anything that was Adidas, Nike, and Under Armour, didn't matter what it was, shirt or whatever, started, even if it had holes, started at $8. It could be a t-shirt. It could be like a ripped up t-shirt that has the Nike swoosh and it's $8. I think that's outrageous. And I don't know, I don't know. That, to me, I just think that that's kind of taking advantage of people. But I did find these, the North Face Ultra Fast Pack Mid Gore-Tex hiking boots. These things look like they were brand new. Beautiful shoes. They're a little on the smaller size 7. I try not to get anything smaller than a 7 for women, because then you're kind of hitting in that domain that you might be honing it a little bit longer. But I paid $15 at the Goodwill. I paid up, meaning anything over 10, I consider that paying up on it, just because when you're at your thrift store, logically you're thinking, why would I pay a lot of money for something that was donated for free? Kind of mentality, at least for me. But I paid up on these, knowing that they would sell pretty quick and for a decent price. So I listed them for $75. After fees, $60. I paid $15, so I netted $45. Not too bad on a $15 investment. Next, we have a pair of vintage Nike Zoom Air golf shoes. These were a pair of shoes. I've never seen them before. I like selling golf shoes. They sell well for me. These are a beautiful pair of shoes. I believe I have listed as vintage. I think they were like a 1999 pair of shoes. Some of the spikes were need to be replaced on the bottom. I put that in the description. But other than that, they're a very beautiful pair of shoes. I mean, especially you don't see a lot of Nikes and have advertised as made in Italy. So I paid $5 for them at the Goodwill. I listed them for $75. After fees, $60. I netted $55 on them. So I was happy with that. Today, last but not least, is this Tory Burch saddlebag. I didn't pay anything for this. The people who watch my channel or buy products from me, that I not only sell for myself, but I sell for others as well. A friend of mine, I had to have a contract with her, and she had a whole bunch of bags that she was just wanting to declutter and get rid of. So she asked me to sell them for, and our agreement is whatever I sell, I get 50% of the net. And you might be like, wow, 50%, that seems like a lot. But in reality, it's not. I grabbed I had to go get the bags. I cleaned the bags. I have to take pictures of the bags. I have to, did I say take pictures? Man. Take pictures. I have to package them. I have to ship them. So there's a lot that goes into it. So getting 50% of it seems like a lot, but in reality, it's not. But so yeah, the net on that was after fees of 72. So I made 36 on it. Not too bad. So yeah, guys. So that was the last for today, and this stuff was just Poshmark. I'll have to do a Mercari. What's sold on Mercari. But I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out with me. Again, if you like this stuff, thumbs up, subscribe, question, comments, concern, do it below. Hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. And if you're buying McDonald's, go get yourself a coffee.